Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a classic tale of doggy dynamics, the energetic puppy versus the grumpy old-timer. In one corner, we have Marley, a 6-month-old golden retriever, who is basically a furry ball of pure, unfiltered chaos. And in the other corner, we have Chewie, a 12-year-old Shih Tzu mix who has reached a state of zen that mostly involves napping in sunbeams. Let's set the scene. I'm trying to get some work done. My partner Sam is reading, and the house is blissfully quiet. Chewie is asleep in his bed, looking like a little furry potato. And then, it happens. Marley bounds into the room, skids to a halt, and spots his target. His entire body starts wiggling. You can just feel the impending doom. It starts with the stare down. Marley goes into a full play bow, his butt in the air, tail thumping the floor like a drum solo. Chewie cracks one eye open, gives him the dirtiest look a dog can muster, and closes it again. Undeterred, Marley inches closer until his wet nose is practically touching Chewie's face. He lets out this tiny, hopeful whine. The response? Absolute silence. So Marley escalates. He gently taps Chewie's head with his giant, clumsy paw. Tap, tap. Chewie's ear twitches. In Marley's mind, this is a clear invitation. So, he just lays his entire paw right across Chewie's face. You can hear Chewie let out this long-suffering sigh, like he's been dealing with this nonsense for centuries. I tell Marley to leave him alone, and for about 3 seconds, he does. But then he spots Chewie's fluffy tail. The temptation is just too much. Now we're in the tail investigation phase. Marley gently picks up Chewie's tail in his mouth, like he's handling a delicate museum artifact. Chewie is having none of it and yanks his tail away. But this just makes Marley even more excited. He thinks it's a game. So he starts nibbling the very tip of the tail. Not a real bite, more like a gentle gumming. This is when we hear Italo, rumbling growl from Chewie. The final warning, Marley stops, then immediately licks Chewie's entire ear in one slobbery swipe. At this point, Marley decides personal space is just a suggestion. He tries to climb into the bed with Chewie, all long limbs and zero grace. Chewie, with the strength of the truly annoyed, wiggles out from under him, hops out of bed, and stomps over to a nearby rug. He turns his back on Marley, giving him the ultimate cold shoulder. You'd think this would be the end of it, right? Oh, you sweet summer child. Marley is not one to be ignored. He goes and gets his favorite blue rubber chicken and drops it with a loud squeak. Right in front of Chewie's face. Nothing. He squeaks it 10 more times. Still nothing. So he brings all his toys a rope, a ball, a stuffed hedgehog in, creates a pile of offerings next to the grumpy little god. Chewie just keeps his eyes closed. Phase 7, the song of his people. Marley sits down and starts to howl. It's not a sad howl, it's a loud off-key. Isn't life the best thing ever, howl? I'm literally pressing my temples, trying to concentrate. Chewie just tucks his nose under his tail, trying to block out the noise. Marley then starts circling him, like a shark, faster and faster, his nails clicking on the floor, panting in Chewie's face. You can see Chewie's eyes starting to twitch. We are all on the brink of insanity here. For his final move, Marley dramatically collapses right beside Chewie, lets out a huge sigh, and inches closer until their backs are touching. He looks at us with this proud expression, like, see, we're best friends, we're cuddling. Chewie puts up with this for a solid 30 seconds. You can see him just processing. The warmth, the pressure, the sheer persistence of this puppy. And then, something snaps. Slowly, deliberately, Chewie stands up. He shakes himself off. Marley looks up at him with these big, adoring, hopeful eyes, and Chewie lets loose. It's the most epic, prolonged, grumble bark roar I have ever heard from a 15-pound dog. It was a masterpiece of pure annoyance. He then turns, walks back to his original bed, and curls into a tiny ball that screams, "Leave me alone." Marley is frozen. He just sits there, processing this explosive rejection. Then, his tail gives one tiny, hesitant wag. He looks at Chewie, then at us, then back at Chewie. He takes one step towards the bed, and both Sam and I yell, "N.O." He stops, whimpers, and lies down right where he is, a few feet away from the bed, looking utterly heartbroken. There's a moment of silence, and then Chewie, without opening his eyes, lets out this tiny, soft grunt. It's barely audible, but Marley's head shoots up. His ears perk. It was an acknowledgement. He scoots about 6 inches closer, and Chewie doesn't move. He doesn't protest. So Marley settles down, close but not touching, just watching over Chewie with absolute devotion as they both start to drift off to sleep. So, is it over? For now, it's just a temporary truce in the ongoing saga of Marley and Chewie. Peace has been restored, at least until the next round. Thanks for watching this little slice of our chaotic life. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like and subscribe for more puppy versus grump adventures. See you next time.